Hi there, and welcome to One-on-One. I'm Eric Gertis, and we're here with Dan Vargas, a CDW Network Solutions Architect. We're talking next-generation networks and how they can help you streamline operations. Dan, the amount of data being pushed through networks these days is astronomical, and as more and more stuff gets added, people are really going to have to look at how this impacts operations.
Yeah, this is actually true. There's a lot of new devices and applications that are being added daily to these networks. You know, things like voice over IP, things like multimedia and video. A lot of these things create congestion and require specific types of configuration. You know, what ends up happening is if you don't take that into account, some of the user's productivity will actually suffer from it.
Dan, knowing that next-generation networks are a great solution, could you tell us a little bit about how they work?
So next generation networks is kind of a terminology. Really, I look at it from the point of view of resiliency. How do you create a network that will actually be able to recognize faults and failures, be able to recover itself? The recovery portion of that actually will provide the end users direct access and continuous access to applications and devices that they may need to reach on that network.
When it comes to implementing a next-generation network, what factors do we need to consider?
There are actually several factors. When you start with the design, you'll look at different ways to use hardware in terms of redundancy. Look at the way that the devices connect to power, or even looking at different carriers so that in case of a failure, you actually have multiple pathways out of that network.
So those are the components of a next-generation network. What are some of the benefits?
There are actually three major benefits, and those are going to be speed, flexibility, and productivity. In terms of speed, you're looking at taking devices that are redundant in nature and actually combining them together to increase the throughput. The second part, we're probably going to be looking at flexibility. What I mean by that is it gives the network admin the opportunity to add different applications and different features to the network to help that network grow and become a viable network from now into the future. So the last benefit is actually productivity. What this means is that the end users will actually have uninterrupted access to their applications and data that they need on the network.
Dan, in addition to the knowledge and expertise you bring to this, what other added value does CDW provide people with?
So CDW actually provides its customers with a team of individuals, solutions architects to category specialists. All of these individuals can actually support the customer in their design and implementation of next generation networks. Some of these team members, like myself, where I focus on infrastructure, they'll focus on security, storage, or bandwidth.
Dan, thank you for all your time and expertise today. That concludes this segment of One-on-One. Thanks for joining us. This segment of One-on-One was sponsored by Cisco.